All right, this is me. I'm using just one today uh, instead of 3 Pi stars. They're usually on a Linux machine. I've got one over here. Uh, to get the log, you go in as admin, and I always update them when I'm going to use them that day. And then you go to live logs, which is where we are now. And to save it, we just come down here. And I'm just going to go along with it because I have it saving it in the place I want it to be. Now, this one over here, I realize OpenSpot, I'm running it in Chrome, and it only works in Chrome. And it does have an output. It'll export a log, but it does it in ID numbers only. And my Excel is set up to work with calls. So if I want the calls, and my processing is done based on this right here. And to save this one, I just go Control A, Control C, and the day I'm going to do it, I start one and get ready to go. Anyway, Control V puts it right there. And then I just say, well, I already have saved it. It'll just save it again where it is. And that's that part. I start processing with a separate Excel for the OpenSpot. It's the OpenSpot call list. The formula is built into this. This is one I built just for these. At any rate, just a minute. Before I can do that with the OpenSpot, I'll take this one I just collected moments ago. It's very small, but I open it and I save it to a particular place. On my machine, these things are held over in the, I got it from this working folder, by the way. That's where it came from. At any rate, I've got to go lower. Working folder, worldwide DMRNet. That's the file. But we don't save it as text. You have to save it as all files. And it'll overwrite that one. Yes, that's what happens there. So now that that's been saved in the right directory, I can go to Data and Show Queries. Now this is from another time, but I'm going to update. All you do is right-click and say Refresh. It'll come up with calls that's remove duplicates and they're in order. And this is them here. I mean, I only hit it on a few moments. Control C. No, it didn't do it, did it? I've copied it. Now I have to go to my other one that I do the processing with, further processing. And that would be, let me go here. Let me see. The demo sheet is good. I can do that. That's from another day. Oh yes, you know what? I have to show you something else. Let's make believe this is a sheet from a week ago. I have to prepare the sheet for the new week. I highlight the part with the calls in it, and I right click and I say clear contents. Then I click on the bold. That'll become apparent later why, and no border. The idea was, in case my sheet was really big, sometimes, often, every time, I have to move this down. And then I add extra. Now you're not seeing it here. Let me take that out. Let me see it. I keep track of if I have so many calls in so many countries, approximately how many extra lines I have to have. So that was the reason for that. But part of preparing the sheet too is to take this off right away. So I remember to put the new calls in there and I don't forget that. And I do something often, Ctrl C, to save it if I'm happy with what I've got there. I have to go to the data page now. And I start with this one here, the third one down, and take it to the bottom. No matter how big it was, take it to the bottom. And this one I actually delete. Where'd it go? Right there. I delete. I don't clear. And then I come up here and I delete this one. And I put a 1 in there. Control S, I'm saving it. This one's prepared for new information now. Well, the new information I have is going to come from that other sheet, and I add my things on the PyStar page here. This is previous. I can remove that. Save it again. When you want to find it, I click on Data, Show Queries. You're interested in this PyStar one. I haven't put it in there yet. I'm going to do it now. There's more. I have to go down to the working folder in PyStar, and I have to throw out the previous one because for some reason it doesn't like to overwrite that. But after I've done that, I already have one saved to put into the PyStar folder, and it's in the working folder. This is one I just did. That's a log that came out of the PyStar. What I do on a normal week, I start recording these early because I can always edit it, which is what I do. Right down to where it says, let me see, logged into the master successfully. Well, anything after that, I can remove it till, and as I say, on a normal week, I take it up to 1600. And I hit the back key twice. And I go Control S like that. And now this one is ready to save. I have to put it in PyStar folder. So, and it looks confusing. I do it all the time. I go in the PyStar folder. I just cleaned it out. There's nothing in there. We give it this name, PyStar, and it's not a text. I have to say all files, always. Now that's in there. Oh, that's the PyStar. I already have a open spot ready to come in here. The PyStar will be waiting. Let's go get that open spot. I'm going to do this again in case what I wanted to do got lost in the shuffle. I'll say copy now. And now I'll go to the demo sheet. I'll come up here. I don't go to that column, but I'll go to this column here. C I start with. I right click and say 1, 2, 3 means it leaves out those colors. That's my open spot data right there. Let me save it at this point. Now I don't need the open spot one running anymore. I'm on my test sheet here. And now I'm going to get the PyStar data. We do that here. I've already put the file in the PyStar directory. So you right click and you say refresh. It's supposed to be like magic. I only had 10 rows, but this is the procedure whether I have 10 rows or 400 rows. And I do this for all 3 PyStars. I'm going to say copy. I'm going to right click, 1, 2, 3, like that. Then I'll go up here. I do this every time I add one. You go to sort, I like to sort them, and remove duplicates right there. Okay, 34 duplicates, 12 unique values. And after I get all the other pi stars in there, the other two, which I'm not going to do today, this is what I end up with. Well, that's the part I'm interested in. Those are the quals I've collected. Again, I go like this. I copy. Go back to that data page that we cleaned up earlier. We go right in this particular column and right click and paste them like that again. And you can see that it knew some of them. This is an off day, so these NAs, those are ones it doesn't know who they are. What I do then, after I get this giant thing with a bunch of those in it, is I sort A to Z on the country. It puts them at the bottom. I have to have something else straightened out too. I'm going to go to past check-ins. And just to be sure, I'm going to sort those again, in case they weren't sorted already. They have to be sorted like that. If they're not, it'll have trouble looking up the qual. This is for its benefit. At any rate, this one here I don't care about, but I want one up here. And say again, if there was 300, 400, I click on this, and when it gets to the small, see the difference, the small plus, I double click. If there was 400 of them, it would go all the way down and take care of every one of them. They have to have a 1 by them. So the process will happen. So I got some quals I don't know there. Well, I make this a little smaller, like that. And let's see if it works today, huh? I'll go over here. And this is where I get the quals from. Let's hope it's all happy today. And I'm going to put in, let me